firstborn must never return. Should the hidden child be discovered, the stability of the kingdom will be threatened.
The valley fell silent as Kairo dismounted from his horse. Riven remained where he stood. Neither man spoke. Neither knew what to say. For several seconds, they simply stared at each other. It felt strange, unnatural, like looking into a mirror that had lived a different life. Kairo was the first to speak.
So it's true. Depends on what you've been told. I didn't come here to fight you. Good, because I didn't come here at all.
That caught Kairo off guard. For the first time he saw it. The anger, the confusion, the years of unanswered questions. This wasn't a prince. This was a man whose life had been turned upside down.
I'm sorry. For what? None of this is your fault. That doesn't make it easier.
For a moment, neither knew what to say next. Then Commander Celine stepped forward.
How touching.
And ruined the moment.
You arrive with soldiers. You come from a palace. And somehow you're supposed to believe you're equals.
Kairo's jaw tightened.
Stay out of this.
I would. But your family dragged him into it.
The tension immediately returned. Riven hated it because part of him wanted to hear Kairo, and part of him wanted answers. Answers nobody seemed willing to give. Celine reached into her cloak, then produced a folded letter. Perhaps this will help. She handed it to Riven. Kairo immediately stepped forward.
Perhaps this will help.
What is that?
A piece of history.
His eyes moved across the page, then stopped. The letter was old, very old, and signed by a member of the royal council. His heart began racing as he read.
The firstborn must never return. Should the hidden child be discovered, the stability of the kingdom will be threatened.
The smile vanished from his face. Slowly, painfully, he looked up, then continued reading.
The child must remain forgotten.
Forgotten? The word struck like a blade. Celine watched carefully, watching the doubts grow, watching the hurt spread, watching the wound reopen, exactly as planned. Kairo noticed it too. Riven. But Riven raised a hand. Not out of anger, but out of confusion. He didn't know what to believe anymore. The letter was real. The signature was real. The words were real. So why did it feel like everyone was lying? Before anyone could speak again, another rider appeared at the edge of the valley. Alone, exhausted and covered in dust. The horse nearly collapsed beneath him. The rider slid from the saddle and stumbled forward. He looked directly at
Prince!
Kairo.
What happened? House Arden has attacked the eastern province. 3 towns have fallen.
There was silence, absolute silence. The rebellion had begun. And suddenly, the throne no longer mattered. The kingdom was under attack. The news hit everyone differently. House Arden had attacked. 3 towns had fallen. The rebellion was no longer a threat. It was reality.
How bad is it? Worse than we feared. We leave now. Come with me. To the palace? To Neruba.
Riven almost laughed. 2 days ago, he didn't know the kingdom existed. Now everyone expected him to walk into it. Kairo seemed to understand.
I'm not asking you to choose a side. I'm asking you to see the truth for yourself.
Riven looked away. The offer was reasonable, which somehow made it harder. Before he could answer, Commander Celine stepped forward.
The palace has hidden the truth for 25 years. What makes you think they've suddenly become honest?
The doubts returned immediately, exactly as she intended. 3 days later, the gates of Neruba came into view. Riven stared silently. The capital was larger than anything he had imagined. Massive stone walls, crowded streets, towering structures, thousands of people. This was the kingdom he had never known, the kingdom that had forgotten him. As they entered the city, people immediately noticed. Whispers spread, merchants stopped talking, children pointed, and citizens stared. Not because they knew who Riven was, but because he looked exactly like Prince Kairo. The resemblance was impossible to ignore. The rumors had arrived before him. Inside the palace, Queen Lyra stood near a window. Her hands trembled. She had waited 25 years for this moment, and now she was terrified of it.
What if he refuses to see me?
The question was barely a whisper. The woman beside her gently touched her arm. Lady Sarah, the queen's most trusted advisor. For years, she had remained by Lyra's side. Through grief, through loss, through loneliness, through secrets. Lady Sarah offered a reassuring smile.
He came all this way. What if he hates me? A son can be angry, but that does not erase a mother's love.
Elsewhere, Lord Byron stood inside the war chamber. Maps covered the table. Reports arrived every hour. The rebellion was spreading, faster than expected.
My lord, what is it? The eastern road has fallen.
Prince Riven has arrived.
Later that evening, Riven stood alone inside a guest chamber. The room was luxurious, too luxurious, but he hated it. Nothing felt natural. Nothing felt familiar. Everything reminded him that he didn't belong here. A knock interrupted his thoughts. The door slowly opened. Then Lady Sarah entered carrying a tray. It was food and tea.
You must be exhausted. Your mother hasn't stopped worrying.
My mother?
The words felt strange. It was foreign. Sarah noticed but didn't push.
Pain has a way of making strangers out of family.
What was she like?
You mean Queen Lyra? Broken. For 25 years, she carried a wound nobody could see.
The room fell silent. For the first time, Riven wondered if the pain had existed on both sides. Far across the palace, a servant approached Lady Sarah's private quarters. The corridor was empty and silent. The servant carefully slipped a folded note beneath the door, then hurried away. Moments later, Sarah entered. She noticed the note immediately, picked it up, opened it and read it. Then she smiled. Not the warm smile she showed the queen, not the gentle smile she showed Riven. It was a different smile, cold and satisfied. The note contained only 4 words. The prince has arrived.